Welcome to the CQC Quick Start video series. This is video number 3, the Rooms tab. Okay, now that we have some global configuration done, and I've left it basically as it was at the end of the last video, except that I added some more lighting loads. I didn't want to waste time doing that during the video. And I also reduced the target resolution a little bit so that when we generate some user interfaces that they will fit within our recording area here so that I can demonstrate them. So let's go ahead now and define some rooms. So go to the Rooms tab, and I'll use the Add New button, and I'll just say Kitchen is the first one. And once we've done that, we can now go through the tabs here and configure what we want to have within this kitchen. This first tab is just some basic stuff, and this one will disable the room from being generated. So if you have one that you're working on or some that you are working on and haven't finished, you can prevent them from being generated so that you don't waste time in the generation process. And this one will indicate whether the generated room has a button to select other rooms. So for instance, in the kids' room, you might want to allow them to control their own stuff, but not to get to any other rooms from there. So let's go to the lighting. And what we're doing here is just defining the lights that can be controlled from this room. And usually that's all of them. There again, maybe in the kids' room, you only let them control theirs. But in most cases, you just select them all, which is what I'm going to do here. And you also need to select a default. And since this is the kitchen, we would like to have a kitchen light be the default. And this just puts this one on the first page so that it's always available from that main page, whereas the others are only available from the lighting page. And let's go to security, and we have to select an area. In our case, we only defined one, so it selected it for us. And we have to select zones that are in this room. So this is the kitchen, so let's just find them. They are sorted, so we can just select the first one and then shift click to select the rest. And if we were doing voice control, we need to give it a spoken name if it's not something that would already be as spoken. I won't do them all here since we're going to come back to voice later, but just click in place and provide a spoken type name. So in this case, a spelled out kitchen door would be appropriate. Okay, so let's go to the HVAC page. We need to select those thermostats that can be controlled from within this room. And I'll just select them all again. And since the kitchen is within the house, I will select it as the default. And for media, since we only defined one set of media for movies and one for music, that makes it very easy here. We will just select those. So for movies, we do movies. And for music, we will do music. If we had defined other music configurations for different rooms, we would have to select the appropriate ones for this room. And for weather, there was only one source, so it selected it for us. And the others are either advanced stuff or things that are related to voice control, and we will do separate videos on those. So basically that's it. In most cases, a lot of the rooms are fairly similar, in which case you can use this copy from button here. So if we wanted to do another one, let's say living room, hit copy from, and we'll give it a new name. And now we can just go through and make the basic changes required. So for lighting, we would obviously like to have a living room light for the default. For security, we want to select the living room zones. And for HVAC, same, media same, and weather same. So usually it's about that difficult to do a different room. It only really changes much if it's sort of a special case room. Okay, so we now have our rooms and our global information set up. And in the next step, which we will do in the next video, we will auto-generate a nice set of user interfaces, and then we'll just take a little tour of what you get when you use the auto generation system. So we'll see you in the next video.